Hello, 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 hello. Hello. This is still Monday. Welcome back to another Monday. I recorded a pep talk this morning. I already forgot what it was on. That's sad. But I recorded a pep talk this morning. And now I'm actually leaving work, so this is a proper post-employment podcast. So today I was feeling pretty unsatisfied at work. And you might think, oh, that's normal. It's not. I take satisfaction, a lot of satisfaction in my work. But I normally am satisfied because I have work to do. So today I didn't really have much work to do. And again, you might think, oh, that's great. Well, I mean, kind of is, kind of isn't. I get paid to do a job, and when I'm not doing the job, I'm just kind of sitting there. And I got this lack of work because I was assigned work and did it all, and busted my butt to do it last week. And I haven't been assigned any more yet. So that's why I'm in a lull in my work schedule. We have busy seasons and not so busy seasons, from what I've been told, and we're in a not busy season at the moment. So anyway, because of this feeling of dissatisfaction, that's the right word, I wanted to talk about satisfaction and how to attain it, how to get it, how to gain it. And I gotta figure out which one I'm gonna use for episode title. I could also use acquire. Acquire is a fun word too. Satisfaction, how to reach it? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll ponder it. I'll meditate on it. And give it some time to soak. But yeah, something about satisfaction. That's what today's episode's going to be on. How to get it. How to get it. We'll just roll that until I think of which one I want to go with. So, yeah, satisfaction. That is something that a ton of people, actually just about everyone, seeks out in life. We all seek to be satisfied. And usually, we think what satisfies us are our desires being met. That's pretty true for the most part. But there are a few exceptions. And I guess I should say that you can desire things that are unsatisfying, and those desires can still be met, and you won't be satisfied with the results. Oh my gosh, that kid just popped a wheelie on a bike. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm pretty happy about that. I bet you he's satisfied. And it's like going downhill too, so he was able to brake while going downhill, popping a wheelie, which I find pretty impressive. Anyway, so satisfaction. What is satisfaction? I usually start with a definition, and this is going to be no exception. Satisfaction is... I didn't think about this one ahead of time. I just know that I'm not satisfied at the moment. I guess dissatisfaction is not being happy in the present with your current circumstances, but more so as a reactionary feeling, like you are dissatisfied with stuff that is happening or not happening. A non-reactionary unhappiness would be like depression, where sure, you're reacting to your body, but you're unhappy regardless of the circumstances because it's internal. Dissatisfaction is more so an external reaction to circumstances. It's usually and hopefully temporary as dissatisfaction, and as you know, probably satisfaction is just as temporary, if not even more so. But it can persist for periods of time. And if it does, it usually leads to depression. Because you get this overwhelming sense of wrongness. And it's funny, I'm talking about feelings. The way my mind and body works, the brain and my heart and my soul, I don't know, I'm just spouting out things. How I perceive emotions and feelings are different than most people. I can maybe explain that later if I have time. But I'm feeling dissatisfied because I have a job that I do, and this job is very cause to effect. I show up to work, do work, get paid. Today I showed up to work, didn't do really much work, I still get paid. It's dissatisfying in that sense of the necessary steps to reach the end result were not met. So while I'm satisfied in the end result, I'm satisfied I got paid. I'm getting paid. I haven't got paid yet. Satisfied I'm getting paid for the hours I showed up. I'm dissatisfied and oh man, my car. Like I said, I got an exhaust pipe to replace the thing I was on. My tire feels low again though, so I gotta check that again. Man. I wonder, I need to charge up the, I have a charger, or a battery, not battery, a freaking pump in my trunk. I need to make sure that's charged. Better do that tonight. Anyway, so, yes, I was dissatisfied because I was not able to complete the tasks that I would normally have. My expectation was not met, actually, is really the root of it. I expected the work and did not work. That's where my root of my dissatisfaction comes from, which is very strange, because people will find satisfaction in not working. They will try everything in their power to show up to work and not do anything. Like, that is, for most people, a satisfying feeling, because they're not expending effort. For me, that's a dissatisfying feeling. I don't know, I'm not type A, but like that, I don't know why. I have this propensity about me where I want to be diligent in my job. So that's satisfaction. That's my instance, an event of satisfaction today, and dissatisfaction. Let's talk about how you actually get satisfied. Satisfaction, how to reach it, how to get it, how to acquire it, how to gain it. The start, you gotta figure out what satisfies you. I can speak to things that are common, but everyone has a little bit different things that satisfy them. Like, your favorite food is going to be different than someone else's favorite food, and that favorite food might satisfy you more emotionally than the other person, but regardless, it will satisfy you both physically the same amount. It's the same nutrients for both of you, assuming your digestive system works similarly. So there's different types of satisfaction. I'm going to talk about more so the emotional, mental health side of satisfaction, not the actual matter-of-fact side. Like, yes, food satisfies hunger. That's matter-of-fact. Like I said, I'm going to talk more about what goes on inside our heads. So, satisfaction is different, like I said, for everyone, but to acquire it, you got to figure out what it's for, or what triggers it in your life. For me, it's working, and it's being assigned work and working. That's satisfying for me. That might not be for you. That's fine. Spending time with friends, great, satisfying thing for me. Other people, introverts, maybe not as much. Basically, just reaching goals in general as well. Goals and propensity. Propensity is a fun word. I just looked that up the other day because I've used it before, but I want to make sure I was using it right. It's like your nature or your repetitive action. Your inclination towards something is your propensity. So if you are inclined to find satisfaction in large gatherings, in large groups, or maybe hosting, maybe being hospitable, then that will, in the future, probably bring you satisfaction. So the easiest way to figure out what satisfies you is to look at your life in the past and see what satisfied you. And that will change over time, and it can. But that's the easiest way. Figure out if you're struggling, if you're in a real rut of, like, you're lacking satisfaction in your life, look at the past, not too deeply, but look at the past and see what has satisfied you in the past. Now, if you're thinking future-minded, that's where goal setting comes in. You want goals that are realistic, you want goals that are attainable in a set period of time, and you want goals that are quantifiable. And those types of goals bring about satisfaction. So, you can say, like, you can have a goal of, like, I want to get a house one day. Cool. That's the what, but what's the time frame? What's the one? What is one day? One day, I want to get a house. I want to buy a home in the next 5 years. Cool. That's broad, but okay, cool. Now, the details. What kind of house do you want? I want to buy a 3-bedroom house with a yard in the next 5 years. Like, that's a detailed goal. That's something you can measure, quantify, reach. You can save up for. It's something that you can not easily, but something you can attain, and when you attain it, it should bring satisfaction because you have developed an expectation for yourself to reach satisfaction when that goal is attained. So that's the thing about satisfaction is, while just like I said, depression is introspective, and satisfaction is usually reactionary. What you're doing is you're creating an artificial thing to be reactionary to. That's what a goal is. Like, goals aren't real things in the real world that exist. Goals are in your head, or maybe on paper, but it's something from your head. Goal setting is your will, your future will personified. I like that. Goal setting is a way to take introspective desires and make them an external stimuli, and thus they can grant you satisfaction. That's how you find satisfaction in the future. Goal setting. And so, for me, my realistic, let's say, house goal, because we talked about that, is I want to buy a home before July, and the type of home I'm still figuring out, but I know I want to host with it. And that is my more specific, goal. If I get a home in July, and by July, and I can host things with the home, I will be satisfied. I will have reached my goal. Even whether that's a 1-bed, 1-bath condo or a 3-bed, 2-bath house somewhere with a yard. Like, either way, like, my goal has been met. So it's open enough. Jeez, my car is really, like, I don't like the sound of it at all. It is struggling. Need to get that exhaust fixed. So that's future-minded satisfaction, and we talked about past-minded satisfaction. Present-minded satisfaction is a bit harder, mainly because we're pretty sad people. Like, people are generally more pessimistic than optimistic. And to acquire satisfaction in the present, you need to be pretty optimistic. You need to look at your situation and your current conditions around you and pull satisfaction from that, like, forcefully. So, for example, my car is making a loud noise. It's pretty annoying. I should be dissatisfied with this entire situation. But I know, consciously, I am blessed that I have a car, that I am able to afford gas, that I've addressed the oil issue I had earlier, that I have a pump in my trunk in case something goes wrong with my tire. Like, I have many things that are blessings and that are providing me the current means to get from work to home, or in this case, I'm going to the mall, actually, to get the watch battery replaced in my watch, because I spent $20 like 6-7 years ago to get eternal batteries, meaning I paid $20, and for as long as I have the watch, they will replace the battery without an additional charge. So I am cashing in on that all the time. I think this is the back way. Yeah, let's go in the back way. I'm trying to remember, because they changed locations in the mall. So I don't know exactly where they're located. I'm going to Reed's Jewelers. I like Reed's. They've been consistently good to my family and I with their services. But anyway, so that's how you get current satisfaction. Is you have to kind of force it into your conscious mind and rip it out of the circumstance. So I am satisfied that I am here. I'm satisfied I have a car. I'm satisfied I'm driving it and things are working out. And while it might sound loud and annoying, at least I can hear it, you know? Like, at least I know what's wrong with it. I'm satisfied with that knowledge that something is wrong and it's something I can fix and deal with. And I plan to. That's why I already ordered the part. So I can pull satisfaction about my car in that situation out of thin air. It's a skill, and it's a trained behavior. It's not something that comes easy or naturally to most people, and I don't expect it would to you at first either. Man, I really wish I knew which side of the mall this was. It also takes a while usually for them to replace the battery, so it's kind of awkwardly just like walking around looking at jewelry. Let's see, can I go in here? Nah, I don't want to go in Sears. Is there a side entrance? No, that's Macy's. Guess I'm going around to the front. Going left? Thanks. Left. Oh, left turn lane, keep moving. Dang it. Just got honked at. Because I can't read traffic signs, apparently. Although it was completely perpendicular to my vision. Parallel to my vision, so I wouldn't have been able to see it. I just didn't know he had the right of way. Anyway. Anywho's. Oh, there's an IKEA here. I always forget there's IKEA here. Yeah, satisfaction. You gotta work it into your life. If you want to get it, you have to work for it. It's not something that comes naturally. You have to choose it. You got to choose satisfaction. You got to plan and set goals to acquire satisfaction. You got to make sure that you can reach those goals, because if you can't reach those goals, just in a similar sense, you'll get dissatisfaction. So be realistic with your goal setting. Be practical. Make it work. Yeah. Goal set well. And then if you want to know what has satisfied, or what can satisfy you, look into the past, see what has satisfied you. I think that's a good recap. Thank you for listening to this day's second pep talk. I don't know if I'm going to upload both of these the same day. I'm going to think about that. But I will definitely be uploading it sooner rather than later. I mean, if I have to push it to Tuesday, that's fine. But I might record one tomorrow as well, so we'll see. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, just parked. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked this one, and it was practical for you, and you were mildly entertained. Although this one was just more advice. So, cool. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.